So let's start with a question. When you're going out to buy a new phone, what is it that you're looking for in that phone? Are you looking for the all-day battery life? Are you looking for the high refresh rate screen? Are you looking for a really great camera system? Because, let's face it, a lot of phones these days, they're getting better at all of those things. You have Samsung, you have Google. Apple this year finally brought a high refresh screen rate to the base iPhone. So, a lot of phones that you're buying these days will be great at some of the features that we've all come to expect from a phone. Which kind of then leaves this question, how is it can you make your phone stand out? What are some extra features or extra bells and whistles you can attach to your phone to set yourselves apart from the competition? And I was thinking about this the other day because I saw this new idea for a phone from Honor. I saw it reported first on The Verge, and then I saw it on social media on Threads. And granted, this is just a video render right now. We have not seen the actual product, though Honor is teasing it next year, I think, at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. So maybe we'll see the actual physical thing then. But the idea is, if you've seen the video, I'll try to post snippets of the video on here. It's a phone with, like we all come to expect, it has, the screen, the cameras, everything. But the trick, the extra bell and whistle, is the camera, it can sort of slide to the right, so opening up this cover, and then the camera flips out and it's on a gimbal. Now, what is a gimbal? It's a device that can stabilize your video so that, when you're walking around, you're probably holding your camera and it's hard to keep it completely still. So you see all of this shake in your video. And the gimbal tries to reduce that. It tries to make the video stable so that it looks better when you go back and watch it. Now, again, this is, I think, probably the first time I've ever seen a phone try to place their camera on a gimbal and make it something that can flip out and do all of these crazy video recording features. But I do think this idea isn't so crazy. I think this idea could work. And I'm basing that kind of on my own personal experience. I live in China, and so of course Honor is based in China. You can probably assume they're making this primarily, for the Chinese market first, but they might send it to other countries if the demand is there. But one thing about this gimbal that was noted in the Verge article is that it resembles a lot of this device here, which is my DJI Pocket 3. So this is a camera, which is sitting on a gimbal, and it's a really popular device in China. I'm seeing more and more people lately use this to record videos and take pictures. I got mine a couple of years ago. It still works very well. I've been very happy with it. I've taken a ton of videos with it. And it's very good at creating sort of a stabilized video. It's very good at stabilizing this way. You will still get some bounce up and down. It doesn't really stabilize that, but really it's a great little camera. But again, there are a couple of problems with this. First off, it does require you to carry two devices on you. So I could see it like if you're somebody who's traveling light and you only want to carry one device with you, hey, why not take this Honor phone that has a camera on a gimbal just built straight into the device? I think that could be compelling for some people. I think also, it requires you to carry two devices. You don't always have this one with you. Sometimes you might just be out and about and then you just see something random that you want to take a really good video of. But this is at home. Hey, no worries, you're covered because your gimbal is right in your phone. I could see that being a selling point for some people. Another thing that, having the gimbal directly as part of your phone could solve is the issue of file transfer. I love the videos I make with this, but it still introduces another step where I have to get the files off of the camera and either onto my computer or onto my phone. Most of the time, I send them straight to my phone just by using wireless transfer. But again, that's another little point of friction because it takes a few extra minutes for the videos to transfer. And sometimes, I do get interference. Like it will say, oh, there's a lot of interference around, so that's slowing things down. Uh, Again, if you're wanting to avoid that, hey, why not have a phone where the gimbal is directly part of the phone? So I could see this idea maybe taking off and maybe being popular. That being said, I think there can be a few caveats to this, a few potential downsides. First one, I would say, what is the image quality on this phone going to be? Um, Again, I think the image quality with my Pocket 3 is excellent. I've never had any complaints about it. And while this Honor phone, the video renders, it looks kind of like this, it is shrunk down. And so I would question, like, what is sort of the sensor size inside the camera? How good is it going to be? I don't think it would be able to match up with this, but would it be good enough that I'd be willing to make that compromise? I think that's a question people have to ask. I think another question would have to be price. Like if you're creating a phone where the camera can just swing out and act on a gimbal, is that going to add to the price of the phone? Again, I don't know. We'll have to see. My third, probably big concern is this is another mechanism. It has to come out. It has to be able to move around. And that seems like it could potentially be a point of failure over the life of the phone. So I'd be curious as far as how reliable this is over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years. Will this thing last? So I think those are things that would be worth thinking about. And the other thing too is it's an interesting solution to people wanting to keep their phone videos stable. But it's not the only solution. There are plenty of other ideas out there that I think work really well. Like I'm recording this video on an iPhone 17 Pro that has Action Cam, which I've tried it a few times. It's pretty good at stabilizing the video when you're walking around. It's not perfect, and it does have some limitations. You're not taking full 4K video when you use Action Cam, and so you have that limitation, and you also need a lot of light to use it. So those are two big limitations with Action Cam, but it does actually work pretty well. The other thing too is if I really want to stabilize my image even more, I do have other options available. Like DJI, they also make gimbals for the phone. They make the DJI Osmo Mobile 7 and 7P, which, in the Chinese market, they aren't super expensive. The Osmo Mobile 7 is $499, and then the 7P is 799 RMB, which, again, that's not super expensive in China, and they do go on sale. Like when I was looking at them the other day, they were both marked down 100 RMB. So, if you're patient, you can find them at a little bit of a discount too. Again, that goes back to my earlier point, though, that would still be another device that you're carrying around in your bag. And maybe if your goal is, I just want to travel lighter, you would just prefer having an Honor phone, where the phone just flips out. I could see that definitely being a thing. But I don't know. I saw it. I thought it was interesting. Definitely, I think, kind of a new idea for phones. I mean, granted, we've had other phones where the cameras can flip around or come out, but that's to mostly to hide a selfie camera under a full screen display with no cutout, or just to be able to increase the quality of the selfie. Nothing really devoted to sort of stabilizing your video recording. So I did think that was kind of interesting. I wouldn't buy it myself because I'm pretty firmly entrenched in the Apple ecosystem. So I don't use a lot of Android phones. But, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it the type of phone that you would be interested in? Do you do a lot of video recording on your phone? Would this be something that would really help you out? Or just what other phones are out there that you're interested in and excited to see? All right, that's all for this one. I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye, everybody.